Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here. So today I'm going to be talking about first day of off-season workouts for the Commanders, going over some of the new guys that are in the building like Austin Ekeler and some, workout pictures from him and Emmanuel Forbes. Talk about if there's a weight difference, if he gained any weight during the off-season, and some draft updates as well. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well so you never miss a video. Make sure you guys check out Sleeper, first link in the description. If you use my code Pedro, all caps, Pedro, P-E-D-R-O, you get a first-time deposit match of up to $500. There's a bunch of things to bet on. You can bet on college basketball today. We'll see how that goes. Should be an entertaining couple of games, hopefully. But let's get into the off-season workouts. So nothing crazy, but the guys that are on the roster right now reported to, the off-season workouts is really when it starts right now. They just, do some conditioning stuff. They're not really doing football stuff yet. That starts to happen during OTAs and mini camp. You got rookie mini camp and then you got OTAs, which is not mandatory. And then you got the mini camp afterwards, which is, mandatory. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's been a year since it's happened, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe OTAs are not mandatory, and that's what we dealt with for a couple years with Chase Young, where, is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? But right now, these are just, conditioning things for some players. It's good to get them in the building. You're assuming all the new guys are going to be there. You see Austin Ekeler here. He posted these couple pics on Twitter. Nice to see him in the Washington gear. Hopefully he changes his profile pic and his banner on Twitter. Doesn't really matter, X, but cool to see him there in Washington gear. It's still crazy that we have him and Bobby Wagner, two like absolute studs for a while, and they're still good players, but having them in the building. You got Emmanuel Forbes there, who still looks skinny. Mark Tyler on Twitter says, I see Emmanuel Forbes added some good weight during the offseason. He was joking. Still looks skinny, but he's got time to put on some weight, and the weight was a little bit of an issue last year, but that wasn't his biggest issue. It was other things, and I think confidence is going to be the biggest thing with him. So let's hope his confidence is good entering the season, because the first few weeks of the season, he wasn't, terrible, and then once he got, really beat by A.J. Brown those couple games, his confidence really, it went downhill, and same thing with Sam Howell, I think, and their play just really suffered from that. So that's what I would say with him. Confidence is key, and then maybe playing in a different system and actually getting developed properly will help him out as well. And we're going to go over some other photos as well from the offseason, just so you guys can see some of the new guys. And Deron Payne addressed the media, said it's the first year he's felt like things are completely different, new coaches, new players, new atmosphere. I don't really care about that. They can say that. We've heard that before. I mean, even when he was here, when Ron Rivera came in, it was new coaches, new front office. I guess new front office was the next year, so it wasn't completely different. We do have new ownership, but we're going to have to wait and see what actually happens. I'm just going to scroll through here so you guys can see some of the pictures. I believe that's Tyler Biadasz. You got some of the guys running here. I believe that's Christian Holmes. Can't see too much. I think that's Jeremy Reeves. Just keep going right here, and we'll see. We got an ad. We'll go ahead and close that. De'Ami Brown holding up 4 as a maybe for year 4 there. He, big year for him. He might have an increased role here in Washington. You got Terry there. Love to see it. You got Deron Payne, John Bates. I think that's De'Ami Brown again. So good to see these guys back in it. And, in a few weeks, we're going to have the draft, and then we're going to have, the week after that, we're going to have rookie mini camp. So good to see that. Not completely sure who this is. Think it's Dorrance Armstrong, but not completely sure. Still trying to figure out all the new faces and stuff. Benjamin St. Juste, you got him there. But, yeah, a lot of new faces. And, we have signed, I think, over 20 new guys to the roster. And you think about that. That's 20 right there. That's 20 out of 53. That's about 40%. Then you're going to bring in, 8, 9 more rookies, undrafted free agents. And obviously not everyone's going to make the roster that they sign and that they sign out of undrafted free agency. But that's a lot of new guys to the roster. Probably half the roster will be new guys, which is absolutely crazy. You got Marcus Mariota there with the gray hair, the backup quarterback for the Commanders, presumably so. I'm not sure who that is. You got, is that Shakatoni? Is that Shakatoni, or am I tripping? But I think he's still technically on the roster for the Commanders, even though, he got suspended for a year. You got Austin Ekeler there. We're just, there's so many photos, so I'm just going through this. And the draft is coming up in a few weeks, and I'm going to go over, quick overview of all of our draft picks, so because things have changed. I mean, we traded for Montez Sweat, got a second-round pick out of that. We traded away Sam Howell, and just a bunch of other moves. So our draft picks have changed a little bit. So just going to give you guys an update on that. I'm going to try to do my first mock draft early, sometime this week. There's Sam Cosmi. He's letting the hair grow out. That's our stud right guard. You got Jamin Davis there on the right. But yeah, we have a lot of draft picks to work with, and I'm really excited to see what we do if we trade. And this is the first draft under Adam Peters. I want to see how he operates. What is his draft philosophy? Does he like to trade up, trade down? I think that's Quan Martin, not completely sure. Yeah, does he like to trade up? Does he like to trade down? I think that was Frankie Louvu. Pretty sure. Maybe Fedarian Mathis right there. Fedarian Mathis needs to step up. I might be missing so many of these guys. I think that's John Ridgway there. Shout out to Big John. Quan Martin again. But yeah, that's kind of it on the photos. If you guys want to see all of them, you guys can go ahead and check out the team set right there. But it's just a bunch of the guys working out there, and a lot of the new guys we saw. Not sure if they show Bobby Wagner. There's our guy, Tress Way, number 5. And it'll be interesting to see what number the rookie quarterback gets. Tress Way's got 5, and a lot of the good numbers are taken. I'm sure Tress Way would be fine giving away number 5 to someone else, but there's Ricky Stromberg, got the knee brace on, going to be competing for some spots. There's Deron Payne. Not sure who that is. Might be a linebacker coach or special teams coach. John Ridgway looking like Nikola Jokic right there. All right, draft picks wise. Number 2, we knew that, 36. We got 40 from Chicago. 67 was our third round pick. Then you got 78, which is a little bit higher. I guess, no, we didn't even have another third round pick. So, we got 78 right there. Then we got 100. That's from the Chase Young trade. 139, 152, and then 222. And you guys see what they have right here as our mock draft. They got us taking Jaden, then an edge rusher, offensive tackle, receiver, cornerback, tight end. It'll be very interesting to see how they, use their picks and everything. I think 2 obviously needs to be a quarterback. Then I would package these 2 picks right here, move back into the first, and take a lineman, a starting left tackle for you, maybe even a receiver if you really like one for Jaden or Drake, depending on who it is. But if Brian Thomas is somehow there and you want to reunite him with Jaden Daniels, maybe that makes sense. But for me, I rather take a offensive lineman. But if you don't do that, maybe take an offensive lineman here and then trade back. I wouldn't mind trading back with this 40th pick and getting some picks for next year. I think getting, stockpiling picks every year is good because it gives you more leverage. It allows you to do a lot more in the draft, allows you to trade for a player if you want, or trade up if you want. And I think that is very, very valuable to do if you want to trade up and go get your guy. Go ahead and do it this year. But if not, if there's not someone you're absolutely in love with at 40, because that's really close, 36 and 40. 36 and 40, that's 4 picks away. I don't know. I just have a hard time believing they're going to be making those picks, the selections at 36 and 40. It could be maybe 26 and 48, or 36 and then maybe 51 or something like that. I don't know. I just find it hard to believe that they're going to make both of these picks at these exact spots. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Just a little bit of off-season talk and draft update, mock draft coming up this week. First one. Usually I even do some during the season, but this, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. So gonna do a mock draft sometime this week, and obviously we know I'm gonna be drafting a quarterback at number 2, Jaden Daniels or Drake May. So gonna be interesting to see how these next couple weeks play out. It's gonna be a lot of rumors and a lot of talk. So I'm gonna try. I know the last few videos have been a lot of rumors videos. I know people get tired of that, so I'm gonna try to keep those to a minimum, maybe a couple week, and then talking about just the opinions of these guys, like maybe a full video of all the different mock drafts and who has, what expert has us taking what player. So yeah, that's for today's video, and peace, guys.